All right, this is a topic that is controversial to most. If you are looking to get into the vending machine business for the first time, this is a big warning for you. So I've been in the vending machine industry for about a year now, and these are my top pointers, lessons, experiences that I've come across. So first and foremost, it is an awesome business. It really is. Like, I've done a lot of things. I've done Amazon FBA, I've done flipping, I've flipped couches, I've sold furniture, I've done eBay flipping, I've done coaching services, I have brands that I sell t-shirts on, like Etsy flipping, I mean, real estate properties, Airbnb. I've tried a lot of things, I'll say that. And there's very few that I've found that have a similar model as vending, where you can set it up and just let it run for a week, 2 weeks, come back and the revenues are high. Yes, you can do that with like Amazon FBA and everything, but you're gonna need a pretty extensive amount of capital to get to the point where you have this ongoing revenue stream. And with like Etsy or Printful to Amazon FBA, it's like you host a shop and then they buy the product, the t-shirt from your shop, and then Amazon fulfills that order for you. Or Printful, it's been a while since, I think it's Printful to Etsy. So you like list everything on Etsy and then they buy it from there, and then Printful is like the company that fulfills it, makes the shirt and sends it over. So it's like you have your store, which is Etsy or Amazon, you can do it there too. Anyway, you can do that, but you need a massive following to do it, and it can take a while to get some decent sales. Versus vending, where it's like you might call 100 people and someone comes out of that and says, yeah, I actually do want vending machines. You place it, you're up and running, you're good to go. And that you could have a 5-year contract, and hypothetically, as long as you keep the machine stocked, you're good for 5 years. And you just go back maybe once a week. I go every 2 weeks, and I've got locations that make like $1,300 a month, and some that make like across the street from each other, I just call it one location, makes $2,000. I've got another one that's coming in soon that might make $2,000 to $3,000 on the low end, maybe $5,000, $8,000 on the high end. So it's a very good business. It's repeatable, it's reliable, it's just about what I expected it to be on the good side. On the bad side, it's a shitty business. By the bad side, I mean bad locations will drain you. You will be so drained in this industry that you will hate your existence. At least for me. Because when I first started, I didn't know what I didn't know. I threw them in the first place that said yes, which is what a lot of people do. They just say, oh, awesome, this location wants a machine. And they're always the loudest. They always have the most complaints. They have the most feedback. They have the most requests for refunds. Like, they're never happy, ever. You could provide them with white glove service, do all the fixings, get them a brand new machine, they'll still find something to complain about. They just will. And if this is a video about me complaining, I'm just telling it like it is. Like, I've seen it, I've experienced it. My shittiest locations are the smallest locations. So I might as well get that stamped to my forehead, or get some kind of tattoo. I don't know. But anyway, shitty locations will drain you in this business, and the repairs are also a big pain in the ass, if I'm being honest. If you get used machines, you can get new machines and get them covered under warranty, and you're golden for at least 5 years. But the repairs aren't that bad. They're like less than $100 a piece, and they're very straightforward. It's a lot of times you just unplug something, take the new cord, plug it back in, and you're good. But I mean, it's really not technical at all either. There's manuals for everything for the most part. The older machines, it's a little harder to find parts. The newer machines are much better, but they're much more expensive, or can be. I think in the grand scheme of things, like, the vending business is great. You just have to be very strategic and smart about how you do it. So if you're looking at an account that's projected to do less than $500 a month, I don't know if it's worth it, if it's worth your time. So I would much rather say it's better to focus on only accounts that are at a minimum 500 a month or more. So ideally 100 employees, 100 unit apartments, like those kind of facilities where you can almost guarantee that it's going to make, you know, $500 a month. So that's like the general outline. The other part of this is it's really nice because it's a business. You can do a lot with it. You can make your money every single month. You don't get any equity like you do real estate because they're depreciating in value as far as the machines go. But what's cool, because it's a business, is you can package that and you can then send it off to someone who might want to buy it from you in the future, or buy it at a multiple. So an example, I'm doing this right now, and I have a location that's not like my best performing location, but the equipment alone is worth $5,000, and then I'm making a couple $100 a month. I'm not making anything above like 500, but I'm making some money from it, and you know, I would hold on to it. But I talked to one of my mentors, and he was like, you know, there's a couple ways to make money in this business. A big one is just flipping locations. You put a machine in, you get it up and running, you make some money from it, and then you just sell it. And I was overthinking it too much when I first started, but since then I've realized like, oh, that's like the best way if you're looking at it from a I need money standpoint. Get a machine up and running, operate it for like 3 months, and then just sell it, and then just sell it off to someone else. And you can sell it for 10 months gross revenue. You can sell it for 12 months. I've seen people sell it for like 15 months gross revenue. So if you're making like, you know, $300 a month, you can sell it for $3,000. What is that? Holy cow, 3,600, you know, or more. I have a location that's similar. I'm selling it for like, I mean, I listed it a little high. So if someone counters, I'll sell it for $5,000, no problem. But I mean, man, that's pretty nice. And then if you have some bigger locations and you're making $2,000, you sell it for $20,000. I mean, damn, man, you got it in the door. You probably spent, I don't know, $5,000 to $8,000, and then you operate it. You get that cash flow every single month, and then you sell it for 20 to, I mean, depending on how big you want to make it, if you want to add some machines to it, you know, you make maybe 25, 30 grand from it. And that's what we're projecting for this one location. We're going to at a minimum make 20, but it's crazy. It's a really interesting business. I mean, like I said, it's a business, so you got to operate it, but I go once a week, maybe, but ideally every 2 weeks. And it's nice. It's nice because it's reliable, it's consistent. I mean, we're making plus or minus like $50 every single month from the month prior. So, I mean, I can almost count on it to make a certain amount. But, you know, that's for me, it's a good business to get into when you're first trying to get some money to work with. And then as you get bigger, you start making bigger decisions and you start prioritizing only the best accounts. So from my perspective, we're going to build up a couple, you know, we have like 5 locations. We're just trying to keep it lean. We'll sell off like 1 or 2 of our slowest locations. We'll use that capital to either A, reinvest into the vending machine business, and just maybe add 1 more high quality account and only build off of high quality accounts moving forward, or just reinvest that into another business or a real estate property or something to just keep expanding. But again, the vending business to me is a stepping stone to use it for something else long term. And, you know, again, you can use the capital in whatever way you see fit. But again, I give the business like at a minimum a 7 out of 10, but I'd say it's like an 8.5 out of 10 if you have quality locations. Because yeah, it's got its headaches like anything else, but at the end of the day, pros and cons, it's one of the best businesses that there is. And you can operate really lean for a long time. And then if you ever want to get an operator, you know, that's pretty feasible. I don't have one, but I'd say it's worth considering if you get to the point where you have, you know, 10 plus locations. But those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching. God bless. Stay tuned.